Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Yes, I hope you can hear me properly.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon.
Yes, see the screen properly. Everything is fine and perfect, I hope, with everyone.
Yes, see the screen properly.
Yes, yes. Am I audible to everyone? Am I audible to everybody? Fine and perfect. So, today we are going to discuss about the second part of the chapter digestion and absorption. Okay, one of the most important chapters of human physiology for class 11, digestion and absorption. Very simple chapter where you are going to get marks very easily. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave the comment below in the comment section regarding how was your experience with the class. So in the last class, we discussed about what do you mean by food and what is nutrition. We discussed all these things in the last class. Followed by we discussed about which all are the different kinds of nutrients, that is carbohydrates, protein, fats, lipids, then vitamins, minerals, water, roughage, etc. Then we discussed about the parts of the digestive system. That is, the digestive system is composed of alimentary canal, which will also known as the gut, and the associated gland, which is known as the digestive glands. I hope you all can hear me properly. Am I right? Because I could not see any of your chats on the chat box. Am I audible, everyone? Am I audible? Yes?
Am I audible?
Yes. Fine and perfect. So today we will be discussing on the brand new topic, that is a continuation of the last class. That is, we'll be discussing about the mouth. Okay, about the mouth and its associated parts we'll be discussing in today's class. So stomach is the J-shaped structure which is used for the storage and digestion of food. So, stomach is the part which is a J-shaped structure that is used for the storage as well as the digestion of the food. The stomach is consisting of mainly three main parts. The stomach has three main parts, that is an upper portion called the fundus, then the middle portion cardiac, lower pyloric stomach, or it is also known as antrum. I hope you all can see the diagram clearly on the screen. Yes, I hope you all can see the diagram clearly on the screen. Yes, guys, look, this is the esophagus. Okay, this is the esophagus. The esophagus and the entry of the food into the stomach is guarded by a lower esophageal sphincter. In the last class, we studied, right? Sphincter muscle just controls the opening of one organ to the another. So the opening of sphincter, the opening of the esophagus into the stomach is guarded by the esophageal sphincter. So the anterior dome-shaped portion, the upper dome-shaped portion of the stomach, you will call it as the fundus. The upper dome-shaped portion of the stomach, okay, this dome-shaped portion of the stomach, you will call it as the fundus, which is followed by the J-shaped structure, which is followed by the J-shaped organ, and that you will call it as the cardiac stomach, followed by the curved path which serves as the opening into the small intestine. The last part of the stomach, which is the pylorus, which is called the pylorus or the pyloric stomach. Yes, so that is also known as antrum. Then you have to study that the opening of pyloric stomach into the small intestine is guarded by a small sphincter muscle known as the pyloric sphincter muscle. Is our stomach a J-shaped organ? Have you observed the J-shaped structure in the stomach? Yes, that's why stomach is known as the J-shaped structure. Yes. So three main parts are there: fundus, cardiac stomach, and the pyloric stomach. The pyloric stomach leads to the small intestine, and there are three main parts of the small intestine, and the very first part is the duodenum. Okay, so the opening of stomach into the duodenum is guarded by the pyloric sphincter muscle. Guarded by the pyloric sphincter muscle. In yesterday's class itself, I told you the entry of food from each part is guarded by a sphincter muscle. And the most important point, at least 5 times repeated question. At least 5 times repeated question. That is, inner wall of stomach bears longitudinal folds, and that longitudinal folds you will be calling it as the rugae. Okay, so the inner foldings on the stomach, these are the rugae, gastric rugae. The gastric folds or gastric rugae. Why? Because for increasing the surface area of the stomach, you will have certain curve or folds in the stomach, and this you will be calling it as the what? This you will be calling it as the what? Gastric rugae or gastric folds. I hope you are clear with this particular slide. Moving on to the next, it is a small intestine. Okay, all things about the small intestine. The small intestine is the longest part of the gut. The small intestine is the longest part of the gut. And why you are calling, even though it is the longest part of the gut, tell me why we are calling it as small intestine. On the basis of what we are calling it small intestine, or why that particular part is known as small intestine instead of large intestine. Why? Tell me. Those who know the answer, comment in the chat box right now. And those, if you don't know the answer, then find out the answer and comment me in the comment section. So the small intestine is 7-meter long. The small intestine is 7-meter long. 7-meter long and 2.5 centimeter in diameter. The three parts of the small intestine comprises of the duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. Duodenum, jejunum, and ileum are the three different parts. Okay, fine. Duodenum is a C-shaped part, jejunum is the middle part, ileum is the terminal part of small intestine. Okay guys, I hope it's clear. No one knows the answer why small intestine is called like that, even though it is the longest part of the gut. No one knows? Yes, I'll tell. The small intestine, you will be calling it as right small, even though it has a longest part of the gut, because it's not folded. Its diameter is less than large intestine. So on the basis of the diameter, we are calling one organ as the on the basis of the diameter, we are calling one organ as small intestine and other organ as large intestine. Clear? According to length, small intestine is 7-meter long than large intestine, and these are the three main parts of the small intestine. So if you look at the diagram, it's very clearly shown over here. That is the stomach, followed by duodenum, jejunum, ileum, and cecum of the large intestine. Look guys, this C-shaped structure is the duodenum. I hope you can see it. This C-shaped structure. Yes, the C-shaped structure, you can call it as the duodenum, which is followed by the jejunum. The duodenum will get attached to form middle part, and that middle part you will call it as the jejunum, and the jejunum will be followed by the anterior curved portion known as the ileum. Fine, perfect. Different styles of diagrams are shown on the screen. Yes. Next thing, there are certain finger-like projections. There are certain finger-like projections in the stomach which are seen at the mucosa layer. At the next slide, we will be discussing about the different layers or the histology of the human gut. Fine all? Yes. So in the small intestine, you can have the finger-like projections known as villi. Okay. So in the small intestine, you will have the finger-like projections called the villi. And where are these villi found? They are found at the mucosa layer. This is the name of a layer we'll be discussing. Okay, present on the mucosa layer. Each villus is covered by a brush-bordered columnar epithelium. A brush-bordered columnar epithelium which is provided with a microvilli, that is a ciliated columnar epithelium. You would have seen a ciliated epithelium in order to increase the surface area. The villi consists of a capillary network and a small lymph vessel which is known as the lacteal. Okay, so villi consists of a capillary network and a small lymph vessel which is known as the lacteal. Guys, is the class going fine? Please tell me the truth. Yes? Are you all getting what we are discussing in the class, or everything is in vain? Please tell me frankly, have you understood what we discussed till now? Yes, tell me. I hope these all are the simple points and I hope you all understand. That's why I'm moving a bit faster. Okay. Because this was a topic which I planned to cover in the last class, but we couldn't due to the Menti quiz. Yes. The last part of the alimentary canal. The last part of the alimentary canal is the large intestine along with the anus. Look, the length of large intestine. Large intestine is only 1.5 meter long. Yes, no problem, no problem. I hope you would understand from here also. Okay. So the large intestine is only 1.5 meter 5 meter long, but it has three parts. It has three parts. Its diameter is more. That's why we call it as the large intestine. So it has three main parts, that is cecum, colon, and rectum. So what all things we can say about cecum? It is well developed in herbivores. Cecum is a well developed structures in herbivore, but it is very small structure in man. Arising from the cecum is a finger-like vestigial organ. What do you mean by vestigial organ? Which is known as the vermiform appendix. Vestigial organ means in the primitive, that is before we evolved like this, that is before evolution, the vermiform appendix played an important role in our body. But now, as due to evolution, it becomes of no use, even though they are found in our human body. Yes. So, arising from the cecum is a finger-like vestigial organ, the vermiform appendix. That is the meaning of the vestigial organ. Okay. So, the colon consists of three main parts: the ascending colon, transverse colon, and descending colon. Vestigial organ, vestigial organ. Okay. Vestigial organ means that once played an important role in the process, but okay. Yes. Yes. Guys, I'm receiving your chats very lately. Yes, Calvin. Yes, Shraddha. Okay. Nila, the diameter of large intestine is 4.8 meter. Okay. 4.8 meter. Yes. Hope you all understood with the appendix. Yes, sigmoid colon is also there. Sigmoid colon, perfect. Sigmoid colon is also there, but since according to NCRT we don't have much things to learn about this, and according to NCRT these three are there, we are studying only this. Okay. So the colon consists of ascending colon, transverse colon, sigmoid colon, and descending colon. Last portion of large intestine is the rectum. The pelvic colon leads to the rectum that opens out into the anus. The anus is again covered by a circular voluntary sphincter muscle, which is known as the anal sphincter. Guys, this is the ascending colon. Yes, from up to here there will be the small intestine, right? Small intestine, from small intestine ascending colon, then it will be having the transverse colon followed by the descending colon into the rectum and finally into the anus and outside of the body. Perfect. Yes. Next one, in some herbivores, so we already told that the cecum is well developed in herbivores. So in some herbivores, the large intestine consists of cellulose digesting bacteria. The large intestine consists of cellulose digesting bacteria. Okay. Next one, we are going to discuss about the histology of human gut. What is the histology? We already discussed. I'll discuss about the histology, right? So if we cut the alimentary canal transversely, the transverse section of alimentary canal will consist of four main wall layers, that is mucosa, submucosa, muscularis, and serosa. We will be studying from outside to inside. This is the innermost layer. Mucosa is the innermost layer and serosa is the outermost layer. Okay, so we will be studying from serosa, muscularis, submucosa to mucosa we'll study. So serosa you have to study, it is the outermost fibrous layer. Serosa is the outermost fibrous layer. Those who have your NCRT, please comment in which page number you will find the diagram related with this particular histology of the alimentary canal. I think the fourth page of your chapter. Yes, is my memory correct? I think most probably on the fourth page, I think. Yes. Yes, page number 260, you will have the diagram. It is a very important diagram. So serosa, it is the outermost fibrous layer, which is followed by the muscularis, which is outer to submucosa. That is, which is inner to serosa but outer to submucosa. Then you have the muscularis is made up of smooth muscle layer, which is divided into inner circular and outer longitudinal muscle. Okay, inner circular and outer longitudinal muscles. So yes, it's on page number 260 of your NCRT textbook. So having your NCRT right now in your hand, just bookmark that particular diagram because we have to expect a question from that particular area. Submucosa is a soft connective tissue layer just outside the mucosa. It consists of nerves and blood vessel. It consists of nerves and blood vessel. Which layer? Submucosa. Which layer? Which layer? It is submucosa. Then the last and the innermost layer is the mucosa. It is the moist epithelial cells layer which consists of secretory and adsorptive cells. Yes, the new students especially, have you all understood what we discussed in the class? Shraddha, have you understood? Srujana, Sameksha, Pratipa, have you all understood? Yes. I hope Nila and Sidilanti might have understood because Calvin also might have understood because they might have studied this in a very detailed manner for their exam. Yes. What about other persons, Rujana? Have you all understood? Yes, can we move with the next one? Next topic. Yes, perfect, guys. Next one, we are going to discuss have the glands. Okay, at a glance, we are going to discuss about the entire process of digestive system. Yes. So what are the parts? Tongue. Then you have the salivary glands. Our next topic is all about the digestive glands. So we'll be discussing about the digestive glands in the next class. Then oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, then the stomach. From the esophagus, the food goes into the stomach. So in the above of the stomach, you will have the liver, the largest gland, which secretes bile, which consists of bilirubin and biliverdin are the components along with the bile salt. And the bile is stored in the structure called the gallbladder. From then, it enters into the stomach. So the opening of the esophagus into the stomach is guarded by the esophageal sphincter. From the esophageal sphincter, it goes into the three parts of the stomach: fundus, cardiac, and pyloric. So in the pyloric region also you have yet another sphincter, pyloric sphincter, enters into the C-shaped organ, the C-shaped part of the small intestine, which is called the duodenum. Oh, screen is blurred. Guys, I'll share the image of this. Okay, it's all about a glance at the digestive system. Okay, guys, so this much all about today's class. So that I'm ending today's class because in the next class we have to begin with a brand new topic, that is the digestive gland. Perfect. Perfect. Today you will not having any menti quiz. Okay, have you all understood what we taught till now? Yes, in the next class, we'll be discussing about the digestive gland. What are the three types of glands? Okay, we'll be discussing about the liver, the third gland associated with the digestive system. Then fourth one, it is a pancreas. Fifth one is the intestinal glands. So all these different five different glands associated with digestive system we'll be studying in the next class. Okay, so don't forget to like, share, subscribe our wonderful YouTube channel. Don't forget to share it with your friends also. Fine, fine, everybody. Yes. So bye bye. Take care. Thank you all.